Hey folks, it's Dr. Baker here again. Let's talk about fruits and vegetables. Now, doctors, dietitians around the world will tell you to eat more fruits and vegetables. It's the most healthy thing you can do for your diet. Okay. There are some problems with that advice, however. Let's talk about 6 different potential myths around fruits and vegetables. Okay, so let's start with vegetables. So including lots of vegetables in your diet is the best way to improve your health from a dietary standpoint. Well, for some people, if you're eating a bunch of junk food, adding vegetables in there is probably going to be a net positive, but is it the absolute best we can do? Well, we hear from doctors telling us all the time to eat the rainbow, even though the rainbow, for many people, depending on where you live, doesn't exist locally. It's very difficult to get some of these fruits and vegetables into our diets, but eating multiple vegetables every day can actually, for some people, be a problem. It can actually be a net negative to their health. Some people are sensitive to some of the anti-nutrients that are found in vegetables, and they clearly exist. These anti-nutrients will interfere with the absorption of other helpful compounds in the diet, including proteins, fats, certainly certain minerals. And so this can be a net negative. There's also some level of toxicity in some plants, or in many plants. In fact, all plants have some level. Now, whether you're sensitive or not is a different issue. Some people are, some people aren't. Some people have a different threshold. And so because plants are unable to run away like an animal can to defend itself, defends itself through chemical warfare. So over time, we have found a way to detoxify many of these plants and process them in a way that they don't harm us, at least acutely. Now, chronically, perhaps it's a different issue. Again, some of the common toxins found in many plants include things like phytates, or phytic acid, oxalates, salicylates, lectins, histamines, glutamate, and certain sulfides. Now, these toxins combine with plant fiber, which makes the nutrients that they do have sometimes difficult to access. This leads to sort of the next thing, where a lot of people say vegetables are truly superfoods. Well, again, once again, any nutrition that vegetables have is slowed down by either being combined with fiber or with the anti-nutrients that are in there. So if you can't digest this superfood or can't efficiently digest this superfood, is it really indeed a superfood at all? The fiber in vegetables help with digestion. This is claim number 3. Now, again, fiber certainly adds bulk to your digestive tract, but does it actually help you go to the bathroom more easily? Now, if you have certain autoimmune diseases, hypothyroidism, other digestive problems, fiber usually just kind of moves slowly through the system, and kind of like if you add more cars to a traffic jam, are you actually solving the problem? And then when things get backed up, you have constipation, you can have overgrowth of various things like fungi and other bacteria, and this left untreated can ultimately lead to problems.
Disgusting!
All right, so now we've kind of went through some of the stuff with vegetables. Let's talk a little about fruit. So fruit is always good for you. Again, this is a lie. Fruit can cause metabolic chaos for you, particularly if eaten in excess, if you're diabetic, if you have liver or kidney disease, if you have some sort of fungal overgrowth, if you struggle with obesity or sugar addiction. For some people, that's a problem. If you have sensitivity to oxalates, phytates, or other plant toxins, which also can be in fruit. And if your hormones are suffering, you may have issues there. Fruit also can be a bad thing. I know we hear that fruits are meant for us to eat, but they certainly contain the same issues that vegetables do to some degree, depending upon which fruit you have. The sugar in fruit is completely harmless. Now, most people are familiar with table sugar, which is sucrose, which is a combination of fructose and glucose, but those same sugars exist in many cases in fruit, particularly fructose. And so we know that fructose, as it comes from table sugar or high fructose corn syrup or other things, definitely leads to issues with fatty liver disease, with excess inflammation, and certainly can contribute to obesity. And so that same molecule in fructose is the exact same molecule in sucrose.
Find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
And so in the same conditions, you can have those issues. Now, is it as bad as table sugar? No, it's not. But in excess for certain sensitive people, diabetics especially, it can be a real problem. Fruit is an environmentally friendly option for you. Now this is clearly a potential lie here. Modern fruit is grown all across the globe, sucking up millions of gallons of gas every single day. Let's talk about things like pineapples. The average pineapple is transported 5,168 miles each year to reach its final destination. So this is a whole lot of gas in pineapples being transported around the world. That doesn't even account how much gas is going into growing the fruits themselves. And then that's just pineapples. Bananas travel an average of 4,665 miles. Grapes, 6,924 miles is what these fruits have to travel to get to you or I. Now those things add up pretty quickly, so anyone that tells you that fruits are environmentally friendly would also be pulling your leg. All right, so there you go, 6 lies about fruits and vegetables. Which ones have you believed in the past? Let me know in the comments about how you used to believe fruits and vegetables were the greatest thing in the world. Maybe you still feel that way. We'll have to see. Anyway, this is Dr. Baker. We'll talk to you guys soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Bye-bye, guys.